Peace, family. Evolve Benton here. I'm the Speaking for Profit coach. I hope that you all are doing well. Welcome to Ask Me Anything About Speaking for Profit University. So, I always like to start off our sessions with wins, and I always give you a personal win and a client win. So, for today, the win that I'm going to focus on as far as myself personally is that I am planning an amazing vacation with my wife next month. We're actually going to Portugal. And what's really cool about this trip and why I'm really excited is that we're going to have an opportunity to meet some people that we've been learning with the last probably 6 months. So we're in this really cool course called Financial Independence Retire Early 365. And we've been following this couple. If you have not followed them, I would suggest you go follow them on YouTube. They're called Our Rich Journey. And this couple supports people with figuring out their financial independence retire early plan. So we've been doing their course the last 6 months, and we've had an opportunity to get into our finances, look at our net worth, look at some of our goals as a family. And now we get an opportunity to go and meet them in Portugal. They moved to Portugal about 3 years ago with their family as early retirees. They're from the Bay Area and they retired at 38 and 39. So it's something that we both inspire to be. And we get to meet them in Portugal. So that's one of my wins. We're doing that next month. I'm really excited to travel and to be able to see another part of the world. I've never been to that side of the world, so I'm excited about that. And a client win is I actually just looked up at my Slack, and one of my clients right now is actually launching her first coaching program. So that's one of the things that we do support folks at S4P University to do. A lot of you hit me up. You're like, I want to just do a course. Do you do that? Yes, we do that. We consider that our second source of income as speakers, right? We're teaching you to build something that's profitable and sustainable. And in order to do that, it can't be you going to speak on 100 stages a year. You're going to get burnt out. So in order to support you with that, we also have an opportunity to support you in building out a coach or a coursing or a coaching. And our hope is that if you're able to build out that stream, you'll have at least one or two streams of income coming in from your speaking business. So when you don't feel like going out to speak or consult, or you need to take a vacation similar to what I'm doing in Portugal, or you need to take a break, you have an opportunity to do that. So my client is launching her coaching program. It's called Women of Color Thriving. And this is a really cool program. It's going to be a few weeks, and she has six people who have signed up to be members of this program. And that's just really great, right? For a coaching program for the first time. I think her goal is 15, and I think she'll be able to hit that goal. So I'm just really excited for her, and I'm really thankful that she's trusted me with the process. That's our program called Wealthy Digital Society. And most of the folks who are in that higher level program where we're teaching them to create courses have already established the foundation of their speaking business, right? They've already been paid to speak. They already have clients, and now they want to pivot and do something a little bit different to bring in extra income, but to also create more of an impact. Excited for her, and that's a big win on our side. So I want to answer some frequently asked questions about S4P University. And the reason I'm doing this is because we are in open enrollment. Applications for S4P University are currently open. They will close on June 10th. So this is an opportunity for folks who have been interested to get into the university to enroll and to ultimately get paid to speak, right? So, one of the questions that I always get asked when it comes to Speaking for Profit University is, what are your programs and how do they work, right? Like, people are like, I know you work with speakers, but what is it that you exactly do? Right. So I want to talk a little bit about that. And if you're listening now, just feel free to put hashtag live in the comments. If you're listening in the near and dear future, put hashtag replay. And if you have any questions about the university, feel free to put that in as well. I see my cousin Jamal here saying, hey, cuz, welcome to the space. So the question, what do we do at S4P University? And I want to break this down into three C's, right? When you think about it, the first C that we do is coaching, right? So everyone who enters the university gets a one on one that they work with usually once a week, you're having a conversation with them on accountability, but you're meeting with them probably about once a month, right? For about 50 to 60 minutes to talk about your business and to talk about your development. The reason that we have this emphasis of one on one coaching is because we know that some people need a little bit more support with accountability, and it gives you an opportunity to really get supported by one of our elite coaches. So we have the one-on-one coaching, but then the core of our coaching program is our group coaching, and that happens every Monday. We actually missed this Monday because it was a holiday, but it happens every Monday, and it's called our Monday Business Momentum calls. And these calls are powerful because not only do you get an opportunity to be supported as a speaker, you get an opportunity to learn from the group. And I want to be honest with you. I'm amazing. I know I'm amazing. I love myself. I'm an amazing speaker. I'm an amazing coach, but there is nothing like the elite community that we have, full of people who are actually in the work and doing it every day from different perspectives, right? So hearing from me is great, but being able to hear from folks who are doing similar work on their journey is even more powerful. The other thing that's great about that call is that often opportunities get passed around. So if people have speaking opportunities that they can't make, we pass the bag, which means, hey, I can't do this or I don't feel an integrity with this, but this is opportunity. I think it would be great. So I want to pass that on to you. And I would say the third thing that usually happens at those meetings, to be transparent with you, is a lot of healing, right? Like a lot of healing through the way that we talk about ourselves, the way that we talk about business, and really the way that we talk about money and finances, right? So some people come to me and they're charging $40, $400 to speak. And one of the requirements is that all of our speakers charge a minimum of $2,000 per speaking engagement, which to be honest with you is the bare minimum, right? I did some research recently on Google, and the average speaker gets paid anywhere between $50 to $250,000 a year. So when you think about charging $2,000 for a speaking engagement, it's not that far off, right? And we really want people to get that establish that base of their price so that they can go up from there. Right. One of my big quotes within the program is, what's the quickest way to the bag? And I truly believe the quickest way to the bag is going up on your price, knowing your value, and making sure that you're charging adequately when it comes to speaking. So that's one of the things that we do, right? Coaching. That's the first thing. The second thing is community, right? And I brought that up in our group coaching aspect, but also in the mastermind that we have, right? So we have a very powerful online mind. People are able to ask questions, people are able to support. I mean, I was looking in the group the other day and I just typed in to search the word proposal, and there was over 50 threads of people sharing their proposals that they were putting into organizations like Indeed and Microsoft and Ontario AIDS Network, just organizations around the globe. So it's really fruitful, I feel like, for other speakers to see other speakers and consultants proposals and the ways that they're putting them together. And the community is supporting you, is like, hey, good job, or even giving you feedback like, hey, I think you need to go up in your price. This organization has more money and they can invest more into the speaking opportunity. So the community aspect of it is my favorite part, because when I first started my speaking business and my consulting business, I didn't have a community. I didn't have people to really be able to build with. So I love that we've made that a big part of our program. And I would say that the last C is collaboration, right? We are here to help you to become the greatest artists when it becomes to collaborating with others. And what I mean by that is we want to teach you in S4P University how to nurture relationships, whether that's with potential clients or your team members that you're going to hire or other folks that you're collaborating with as far as speakers, and with us, right? We are here to be your money making team, which means that we want to help you establish a base and build that out consistently. So those are the three C's and the ways that we support folks in S4P. And I guess the final C is our course, right? We have an online course that everyone is required to go through. It really helps you understand the speaking business, build out your foundation. The three things that we focus on in the speaking business, right, is audience building and nurturing, right? Which means how you putting out social media marketing, how you're sharing yourself with the world, and then how you're nurturing relationships in order to move those relationships ultimately into speaking opportunities. And we are not salesy folks. I don't teach my clients to be salesy. We don't want that. We want you to do it with an integrity. So if you meet someone out in the world it's important to know if you can help them, right? So we have messaging and questions and things we want you to ask people to make sure you can actually support them before you get on a call or try to move anything forward, or to just make sure that you're aligned to work with that person. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I'm big on energy. So if the energy does not feel like I'm connected and I want to work with someone, then I don't do it, right? And that's the important thing about building a sustainable and profitable business. And that's what we're big on at S4P University. We are not the university that it wants to get you hundreds of speaking opportunities a year. I'm going to let you know that right now. That's just not how we roll. We're about sustainability and profit, which means that I want to find maybe 10, 15 organizations that you can go to speak to for a higher paid opportunity so that you have the capacity to spend time with your friends, family, and loved ones, and you don't have to be overwhelmed and burnt out by your business. So I'm not that person. If you are looking for someone who's going to hundreds of stages, that's not me. I'm here to really zero down and get you focused to work with organizations, people, and groups that you really want to establish relationships with for a lifetime. Right. There's organizations that literally I have spoken at one, two, three, four times a year since COVID. I have not had to necessarily reach out to new leads in the same way because I've built those relationships, and I want that for you. So that's one of the questions I often get asked is like, what do we do at S4P? And I'm one of the coaches. I'm one of the accountability coaches. So when you sign up, you might have an opportunity to work with me, or we have a coaching team full of elite coaches that you'll be able to work with. And the majority of our coaches have been through our program, right? We want to make sure that we have integrity and it's established there. So that's the first question. The second frequently asked question that I would say I get is time commitment. Like, how much time commitment is it for S4P University? And it's an interesting question, right? Building a business, you got to commit time before it actually is something that's passive or that works very easy. And we have really played with this science, right? We had programs before that were 8 weeks. We've had programs that were 3 months. And now we've realized that it takes people about 6 months to really get these things down and to start seeing a profit that they are excited and comfortable about. So now our programs are 6 months, 6 months for you to be able to work with us, to be able to work with our community, and to be able to work with our coach. And the reason we do it for that amount of time, I'm going to break down the roadmap for you a little bit. And actually, you know what? I think I might be able to bring for P roadmap up if I have it here. Yeah, I can. Let me bring this up. All right. So you can see a little bit of the roadmap. And what I'll do is I'll actually bring it up um, as a slide really quickly so that I can share with you what the path looks like. Because I think that people always want to know, how is this path going to work? Is this something that can work for me? And this might help you a little bit. So let me share my screen. Okay. For some reason, it's not letting me do it. It's okay. That's totally fine. If you would like a copy of the roadmap, I can send that your way. But the emphasis, go back to the video and watch it. Kind of comes up quickly. It takes about it's 10 steps to our roadmap, but this is something that you're consistently doing throughout your time as a speaker, right? So the first thing that we always have people come in and do is create their money back prophecy. And that's an opportunity for you to understand how much money you need to make so that you know what to charge. Right. Once you create your money back prophecy, then you determine what your price is and what your capacity is. And we have a capacity calculator, right? How many times do you want to speak per month, per year? Right? And how much capacity do you have to do it? Once you figure that out and you figure out your price, then we're going to support you in being able to develop your offer, right? What are you speaking about? How does it solve a problem? And what industry do you want to impact, right? So you do some activities around that. And then we're going to get into your marketing and creating brand awareness. One of the biggest things that speakers often do that they should not do is they focus solely on speaking at organizations and they don't build out their own audience. So when they're ready to pivot and stop just speaking for people and speaking for themselves and maybe creating a course or creating, they have to go back and build a lot of that. We want you to be doing that in the process. So we're going to support you with creating your website, your media package, and more of your social media assets so that people start to see you as an expert and as a speaker, right? When we think about those first 3 to 4 points, that probably is the first 6 to 8 weeks in your business. Now, we normally see that people start to acquire paid speaking opportunities around that time, and then they can take it on to develop your system, how you're going to reach out to people, acquire paid opportunities, decide if you're going to hire team members, right? That's some of the later part of the roadmap. But that beginning part is so important because that is going to be the foundation of how you move and groove in your business, right? So, time, 6 months, time per week. We have one call per week, and then we have a master class per month. And then you also have your business coaching. And then there's also coursework, right? So, I would say anywhere between 4 to maybe 6 hours a week, you need to be able to commit to be able to make your business successful. And if you're able to commit to more time in the beginning, in the middle, and the not even the end, in the transitions of your business, you will have more of a foundation to be able to build from, right? So that's it. The other thing that we always get asked, right? And then this is the last question I'm going to answer. And if you have any questions, feel free put them into the comments, right? Because I would love to see if you have any questions about S4P University. Somebody said that roadmap, though. Yeah, thanks for the support. I appreciate that, fam. So, pricing. People always want to know how much is it. And the biggest thing I want people to know about pricing, I'm going to tell you price because I don't honestly want to be on calls or be in conversation with people who are afraid to invest in themselves. So if the pricing of the program is something that scares you away, then honestly, it means that we're not aligned and we're not a fit, right? Because you're coming into this university because you want to get the knowledge to get paid speaking opportunities. And I've seen my clients make anywhere between 40,000 to one of my clients who has made $170,000 in his business. So I know what we're teaching is going to help you make money. So if you're having an issue with investing and exchanging money to make money, then I'm probably not aligned to work with you, and that's fine, right? We have other opportunities. I create free content all the time if you want to tap into that. But if you want to be in this incubator and you want to be supported by our systems, there's an investment that goes along with that. But the one thing I want to say about pricing is that often that question is because you're looking at history. You're looking at the history of your money. So you're asking me about pricing not because you're thinking about how you can invest. You're thinking about what is it going to cost and how much you have. But what you have right now, even right now as you're watching this video in your bank account, is history. This is not currently what the future can be. So if you're basing things off of just your bank account, then you're never going to start your business. I remember when I started my business in the beginning of pandemic, I didn't really have any cash flow, but I had resources. I had a credit card. So I put my coaching program on that credit card and I paid it off, right? With the profit that I made from my business. So when people say I don't have the money, I'm often like, you have the money, but are you going to use this resource to be able to grow your money? I used to not believe that quote that it takes money to make money, but it does. Your money is going to make money on top of it. And if you're going to invest in yourself, then you're going to make some money and you're going to make money back. So our programs, right, we want to make sure that they're as accessible as possible. So they're 6 months, and they range anywhere from $2,997 to $15,000, depending on what support you need and how we're working together. Now, our $15,000 program is our Wealthy Digital Society. That's more of a year commitment, and that's for people who are a little bit at a higher level. Like I said, they've built the foundation of their speaking business. They're ready to to build out courses and coaching programs, and that is an invite only program. But our core program, S4P Academy, ranges anywhere between around $3,000 to around $6,000 for the 6 months that we'll be working together. And the reason that we have that particular range is we want to make sure that it's accessible for you. So for some of our clients, you can pay in full. For some of you all, you need a more price inclusive plan and a payment plan, and we're down for that, right? So we can break those payments up and make sure that you're able to be successful and build on your business. But remember, I told you, right? Requirement. You got to charge anywhere between $2,000 to $3,000. So if you book one paid speaking engagement, that essentially pays for your program. So it's really not rocket science when it comes around the investment, and we want it to be as accessible as possible. Now, some people come to me and they're like, I don't have it. I don't even have a credit card, right? Then we can look in and see if there's some financing options for you, right? Because there are business loans, business credit, so many different ways that you can pay for things in order to build your business. So I don't want people to say, "Oh, I don't want to talk to you because I don't know how much it's going to cost, and I don't want to talk to you because it's going to cost too much." If that is something that steers you away, then steer all the way away. Right? Because we're committed to supporting our students, and everyone who shows up for S4P University invests in the space and invests in themselves because they want others to invest in them. If you're a person who thinks you're going to just get everything for free and then you're going to get paid, right? What kind of karmic energy is that? You've got to give to be able to receive, right? So that's a little bit about our pricing. I want to be transparent with you. I don't want you to get on a call with me and be like, wait, what am I signing up for? And it's on our website. When you fill out an application under our frequently asked questions, we let you know the price because I never want anyone to be surprised about that. I remember getting on calls when I first started this business and wanting support, and then people would give me the price, and I would be like, if I would have known that, I wouldn't even have got on that call with you. So I hope that this helps you more about that. And then I'm going to answer one more frequently asked question. And please, if you have a question, feel free to put it into the comments and I'll support you with that as well. Another question that I often get is, are classes virtual or in person? Right. And then that's the last thing that I will answer for today. Our classes are mostly virtual, right? Somebody said, thanks, Evolve Benton. No problem. I got your back. Some, our classes are virtual, right? We do them all on Zoom. And we have quarterly masterminds, right? So every quarter we have a mastermind where experts come in and teach us and take us on a deeper dive. And that's usually a 2-day event. It's on Zoom. Don't worry, COVID friendly. So last quarter, we had someone come in and speak about TEDx talks because many of our speakers want to do a TED talk. Several of them have put in applications to do TED Talks. So we'll see if that is something that's successful in the next few months. And then we had someone to come in and talk about LinkedIn's Creator Accelerator program that they have, because LinkedIn is one of the places that we use to establish relationships and book paid speaking opportunities. So we had those experts come in and we talked about some other topics. We have one coming up this summer, and we're going to focus a little bit more on social media content. So my social media manager is going to come in and do a talk on how to get paid for your social media content. I'm going to be doing a talk on podcasting. And then we have some other folks coming in to share their expertise with us. So it should be an amazing opportunity, but all of our stuff is virtual. We are planning an in-person event this fall. So that's something that will be in person. And folks who are part of the university will have an opportunity to either not pay depending on their membership or to pay a lower cost to attend that event. So that's the last question I wanted to answer. People always ask me, are we in person? For the folks who are in the Bay Area, which is where I live, I'm always down to meet. I'm actually meeting with one of my clients in a couple of weeks to do like a lunch and learn. So if you're local, I'm down to meet and to connect if you would like that opportunity as well. So S4P University, our goal is to help help diverse build profitable and sustainable speaking businesses within 6 months. And we're in open enrollment. Our open enrollment will close June 10th. Excuse me. So if you would like an opportunity to join us on this journey and to be a part of our mission, please submit an application. If you do not have the link to the application, you can just go over to speakingforprofit.com. That's the word speaking and the number 4, profit.com, and an application is there for you. You complete the enrollment application. Once that's complete, it'll send you over to my Calendly. You can schedule a call for our enrollment interview. And after our enrollment interview, if I feel like we're aligned to work together, I'll offer you an opportunity and we can talk about how to finance or invest in the program and how to get started, right? Because really, it's important that when you start a program, you start it off with a really strong step forward and you have some momentum. So yeah, that's a little bit about it. I am thankful for y'all and thankful to go live today. I wanted to go live. I know we were supposed to do an interview today, but we had to switch some things up. But wanted to make sure I went live and had this conversation with y'all so y'all can ask me anything. So I hope this was helpful for folks who are considering joining us and for folks who are just considering joining any type of program, for you to really think about what are the core principles and the core features that can support you in your growth as a business owner. So I hope you all have an amazing day. Thank you so much for being here. And until next time, peace.